should be nice.
Sean, what the?
Dude, what up, dude?
So he turned himself into a bunny.
Can he still play guitar?
You're goddamn right I can.
Wine girl, yes, wine girl, what's really going on?
Sean, I just really haven't liked how the last month of our shows have gone.
I'm sorry, dude.
I just miss my friend.
Thanks for saying that. You know, I could change myself back.
What?
Yeah, I'm a magician. I could change myself back at any time.
Wow.
Well, I need my magic wand.
Where the hell is that?
I think Maddie's got it.
Maddie! Sean says you have his magic wand?
I have his magic spatula.
That'll work.
It's also our sex spatula, so.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Now what?
Okay, now what I'm about to tell you is a secret, so you can't tell anyone. This is magic.
Okay.
Okay. Now hold the magic wand up.
Okay.
Now hold it down.
Okay.
Then to the left.
Mhm.
Then to the right.
Okay.
Now smack yourself in the ass and say lavender.
Lavender. Lavender. Lavender.
Oh, buddy!
Oh my God, you're right.
Wiener, we should go get you
I
some
need clothes.
clothes.
I need clothes.
Let's go.
I need clothes. Let's go. I need clothes. I need clothes.
Oh, I need clothes. I need some clothes.
You're taking my butt! I'm back! I got it back! You're so weird!
We should go. We need clothes on him, I promise.
I touched his...
Don't worry about it. They got tests for that. That is not the strangest thing I've seen in Los Angeles, you know? Ready to start the show?
Yeah,
Let's go.
we got the band.
So I want you all to give it up for your house band, The Show with Adam and Sean!
That's our song. We wrote that song.
Yeah, we're going to give it to them. Anyway, give it up for your host, the one, the only, Mike Perkins!
Ben, hit that trumpet, baby! Guys, thanks for coming out to another late show tonight! What? We got the band back together. You're not a bunny anymore, man.
I know. I used my great wizard powers to turn myself back.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Amazing.
It was rough. You came back naked, which
You
was
did.
like, it was really funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because Wiener touched my
It was like, yeah, touch my
leg.
I don't have enough magic to come back with clothes on.
Yeah, but it was like it was very wienery. Paul Brodo is here too, guys. Give it up for my man, Paul Brodo. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, hey!
Hey, oh, how you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been okay. I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm in a show here, or rehearsing for a show.
You are, man.
Yes, so.
Guys, give it up for Mr. Paul Brodo. He just got cast in Little Match Girl playing here at Loft Ensemble starting in January, ladies and gents.
Give him a hug.
Bang, come on. I'll give you another hug.
Alright.
I'm going to give you another hug. Yeah?
There we go.
Guys, thanks for coming. This is going to be a fun show. I'm going to do some current events at the top. Ready for some current events?
Yeah.
You're damn right you are. Have you heard about this? A British airline company is making a plane that has all these
This is television.
Hit that little trumpet. A British airline company. Let's do some current events. You guys ready for some current events? You ready for some current events? A British airline company is making a plane that has all these OLED lights. Right?
There we go.
It's going to put them all down the plane. It's going to give you a panoramic view of the sky. Yeah. It's also going to give you a panoramic view of the most anxiety you can ever have in your life. Guys. Most anxiety. Jesus Christ. Dun, 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 dun. The fear, right? My God. If I wanted that much fear on a plane, I would just book a flight with Spirit. You know what I mean?
Oh!
Hey, zing! Bam, bam, Expedia.com. Anybody married in the crowd?
Yes.
Married people? Yeah, check it out. You can now, if you're ready to get engaged to anybody ready to get engaged? Nobody. Not yet. Well, if you're thinking about it, you can hop on this plane with the OLED lights and all that stuff and kind of have anxiety and go over to Hong Kong. Because there's a place in Hong Kong, right? The McDonald's in Hong Kong, you can get married at for less than $500.
No shit.
Yeah. You can get married in McDonald's.
That's something I never thought
Yeah,
of
for
in my life.
$500, it's called the happiness package, right? The happiness package for $500. You can also upgrade to the Love Forever package for $1,200, right? And then you can also supersize it, and you can have your honeymoon in the ball pit. So it's gonna be.
What do they do? Give like everyone like a Happy Meal or Big Mac?
I guess I don't know, but if you keep your fries instead of throwing rice, you just throw the fries at the. Congratulations! You guys are married, right?
Yes, we are.
Happily married. Would you renew your vows at McDonald's?
Yeah, I mean, but knowing McDonald's, the whole time you were telling that story, I was like, I bet they don't include the food. Like, you just get the menu.
Yeah.
I mean, for that sort of money, they gotta throw in like at least one of those like hamburgers.
What's funny is if they still charge you for the barbecue sauce or sweet and sour, they're like, it's gonna be 30 cents. I'm so sorry. I would get married at a fast food place though. I would make it like a Burger King though, because I want to have a royal wedding.
Have it your way.
Hey.
Royal wedding, man! Have you guys heard of the driverless cars, right? Driverless cars?
Yeah. Kind of.
They're driverless cars. It's insane. It's like Skynet type shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've seen Terminator too many times. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I don't trust it either. But check it out. There's a study that these driverless cars are probably going to lead to more sex in cars, which in turn would lead to probably prostitution on wheels. So, I mean,
I like sex. I like sex. I like sex in cars. I like sex. I like sex. I like sex in cars. Ooh, we're out of business.
I take back my previous statement. I am now a fan of driverless cars.
right? That would solve LA traffic too, I think, wouldn't it? Like, usually, like, I mean, if you're having sex on the way, like, usually you come in and you're like, oh my God, there was so much fucking traffic. You know, I just couldn't take it. But if you're going to walk in, it's like, yeah, man, there was so much traffic. You know what I mean? Just,
Hey.
he was fucking in that car, baby!
I mean, some lunatic's gonna money shot out his window, and I don't want to deal with that. You know that's the next thing that's gonna happen.
Put on the windshield wipers. Was that a bird?
You're like, nah, it wasn't. It was driverless cars.
Because I like sex. I like sex. I like sex in cars. Oh, love it. Have you heard about this? Tyra Banks. In the beginning of the year, Tyra Banks was talking about opening up a theme park called Model Land. in Santa Monica, right? You heard about this? Santa Monica, Model Land. It's going to be an amusement park, but it's going to be half shopping, half theme park. And they're actually casting roles, and you can get a job there now, too. It's going to open the end of the year, which is already making history, guys. It's already breaking history. It's going to be the first amusement park ever to not have any food concession stands. It's going to be nothing there. Can't wait for that. Want to ride the Bulimia Blast-Off? I do. I want to ride the Bulimia Blast-Off. Yep, that'd be great. I want to ride it. There. And finally, this was a very sweet story. I don't know if you guys seen this online. It was an article. This 82-year-old woman, she was suffering from dementia, and she changed her diet, and she got her memory back. Wow. Yeah. It was so beautiful. There was this video, and you see her like coming back, and she kind of like she's going through all these memories in her head. She sees her husband for the first time, and she's like, "We got married in a fucking McDonald's?" It's just too much. We have an amazing show for you guys tonight. Are you ready for an amazing show? Check it out. I'm not a big sports guy. You guys sports guys?
Yes.
I like hockey. I like hockey too. Hockey's a good sport. But my man right now is about to bring the house down. You've probably seen this guy perform all over the place. He has a new album out. And this segment we like to call Sports and a Half with my man Brian McDaniel! Fuck yeah, man!
For some of you, you have not experienced Sports and a Half before. The key thing about Sports and a Half is I want you to respond with emotional outbursts, okay? If I say something and it makes you feel a certain way, like you like it, you cheer. If you don't like it, you boo. As long as it's emotional and not based on logic, that's what we like at Sports and a Half! All right, I have to start off with something which I'm loath to do, because things have gotten a little bit political. Yes, I'm with you. Things have gotten a little bit political. There has been a major scandal, okay? You know, the past few weeks have seen just a parade of witnesses go on trial and bring all of this evidence forward, which points to absolute guilt of the Houston Astros in 2017! That's right! Boo the Houston Astros in 2017! So I, at Sports and a Half, need to present to you your brand new 2017 World Champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers! That's right, Sports and a Half! All right, the Lakers. The Lakers have the best record in the NBA at 15-2. Yeah. And if they keep up this winning pace, they will end the regular season with, who cares? The regular season doesn't mean anything. I want a championship. Daddy needs a ring. Regular season means nothing. What are you, the Clippers? Sports and a Half! All right, speaking of the Clippers, the NBA has gotten very mad at several of the teams. The NBA has gotten very upset with several of their basketball teams for resting their players and calling it load management. Yeah, I agree. They shouldn't call it load management. That is not what you call it. Load management is when you don't poop at work because there's a new hot girl who sits next to you. That's load management. Yeah! Recently, Colin Kaepernick had a workout to show off his skills because he's trying desperately to get a job as a quarterback in the NFL. I like it. It's genuine. Which makes him officially the man most desperate for a job that causes brain damage. Yeah! I like it. I'm on board it. We don't need brains, we just need boners. Yeah! Sports and a half. You may wonder why Sports and a Half is a little scattered tonight. I got a job, you guys. Yeah! I don't know, I'm mixed on it. I'm writing for Adam Rippon, the gay ice skater from the last Olympics. Now you may think I'm not woke enough to write for a gay man. Well, you're wrong! I'm so woke my eyelids hate each other! I'm so woke coffee drinks me when it needs a pick-me-up! I'm so woke I can believe it's not butter! I'm dairy non-binary! I'm butter fluid! And I have a job! Ladies and gentlemen, Sports and a Half! Brains and boners! 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 Brains and boners!
I got a pill for that.
Thanksgiving's this Thursday, guys. You excited for the holiday? I'm excited for the holiday. I feel like you always have to deal with a certain family. Okay.
Did you say Thanksgiving, Perky?
Hey guys, this is my crazy Aunt Jennifer. We all have a crazy Aunt Thanksgiving. Hey. You've been drinking a lot, huh, Aunt Jennifer?
You know why you're my favorite nephew.
Why is that?
Because your dad was my favorite dad. He married my sister.
What?
And then we started talking about getting married at McDonald's. And I thought we could have walked down under the golden arches.
My dad and you?
Yeah.
You wanted to marry my dad? But you're my aunt.
Yeah, but he was married to my sister.
You're very drunk, huh? You've been drinking a lot.
Yeah, well, it brings back a lot of memories.
A lot of crime. There's nothing like Thanksgiving without tears, huh? Nothing like, maybe you need some food. You need some food or something?
Well, you got it. Yeah. And then I hear you got that cooking girl.
We have a cooking segment, guys. We're gonna have a cooking segment right now.
Oh, it's like.
You okay? Okay.
Clonopin Connie. What's her name?
Clonopin?
Yeah. Right? Clonopin Connie.
Brains and bones. Isn't it Clonopin?
Yeah.
Clonopin?
Connie.
Clonopin Connie.
Yeah.
No, it's actually. You ready for our cooking segment, guys?
Yeah.
You want some food? Because it's time for Cooking with Caribbean Carrie! Except for my ears too, guys. All right, so guys, this is Carrie. Meet Carrie.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Good.
One person is doing good, but let me tell you, we're gonna get some nice spicy cooking for Thanksgiving. You ready, white boy? You ready?
White boy's ready.
You ready? We're gonna add some spice to your life.
I need that.
Okay. So in the Caribbean, we love a mashed potato. Y'all eating mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Well, when we do a mashed
Spicy.
shut up.
That's my crazy aunt. I'm sorry.
Yes,
She's my crazy aunt.
I see. Anyhow, so what we do is we like to add a secret ingredient. Not everybody does put spice in mashed potato, but we do.
Okay.
So, where's the secret ingredient?
Oh, we have a secret ingredient?
Is it cayenne pepper?
Hey, that's my line. It's not a secret anymore. Thanks so much, buddy. Anyways, we dash a little cayenne pepper on the
Okay.
top.
Great. I love it.
There's already some in, and I don't want you to get the ulcer, because I know you're not used to any flavor.
No. My ex-girlfriend was Mexican. Does that count?
Yeah, actually, I'm impressed. That's a good thing. You need a little spice in your life.
Okay. Okay, so you mash potatoes together.
Yeah,
and then
I
you put
already
the
did all
cayenne
that. So you
pepper.
put a sour cream, you put butter, you put milk, then you put the potato, mash it up, mix it up, put a little cayenne pepper, and then you serve it to your guests. Anybody want to taste?
Yeah.
Yes! Michael, how should we give it? But you can't serve to your guests any kind of regular way. You got to put on music. In the Caribbean, we just dance. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Paul, you got a little
All the spicy Irish people.
Guys, that was Cooking with Caribbean Carrie!
Hey, that's good.
You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on the Facebook, anywhere you want. Cooking with Caribbean Carrie, we cooking with a little spice every night.
I'm gonna try this right now.
Really
Be
good.
careful, that one has a lot.
Do you need help?
A lot, Mike.
Do you need help going back to your seat, Aunt
It's
Jennifer?
really good.
Okay, great. We're gonna get her a new one. Hopefully it's not a prostitution ordeal.
Thank you, everybody!
Okay, bye, baby. Guys, one more time for my crazy Aunt Jennifer and Caribbean Carrie! So guys, I know what you're wondering, this show is incredible. Right? You guys are wondering that, and it's so incredible. We actually have... You got one? Alright. Anybody want an extra? We got an extra one. You want an extra one? Okay, great.
More taters, Dance.
So we have some sponsors, guys. So this is a word from our sponsors.
All right.
Check it out.
Oh,
Come on.
go!
God, why?
Osby does it again.
Dude, and that was on a power play.
Shorthanded.
Every single time the Pens play the Flyers, which is bullshit. Every single time.
Hey guys, pizza's gonna be here in like 20 minutes.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, babe. Did you get you ordered pepperoni, right?
I got cheese. Do you guys not like cheese, or is my husband just an asshole? Are you just a fucking asshole? As I'm waiting for my vagina that you haven't touched in 3 months. I'm not counting. No one's counting here.
Cheese is good. Cheese is good. Cheese is
I'm
great.
gonna get. I know I should have gotten pepperoni pizza, and then I could have taken the pepperoni and slapped it on my face and pretended like it was a dip.
Hey man, I think she's on her period.
You know what you should do is get this app. It's called Period Prowler. Period Prowler? Period Prowler. Yeah, you enter in her name, age, height, Ancestry.com, colors, what she wears. It's amazing. It tracks her periods. So then you know what you need to do before the chaos strikes. Well, I just got a notification. I gotta go get my woman some dark chocolate. Yeah, it tells me what I need to get.
What do you know? That could really help you.
Yeah, it gives you recommendations on what you should do, back rubs, chocolate, other food items, activities, handstands, maybe you need to work on your abs. It tells you. $1.99.
That's it?
That's it, man.
$1.99.
Yep. Change your life. It'll change your life.
That's a good one.
Period Prowler, dude. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna download that right when we go, right when the show's over. I'm gonna download that. Period Prowler, guys. Change your life. You guys ready for your first special guest of the night?
Yeah!
Are you ready for your first special guest of the night? Guys, I love this guy. He is a member at Loft Ensemble. He's amazing. One of the best guys in the biz. Guys, get the round of applause going. Get it going. Get it going. My man, Benjamin Rawls!
That's assuming I'm more rock and roll than I really am.
Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Rawls!
That was
So yeah, I'm Ben. I belong to this wonderful place that you're standing in right now. This is Sawyer's Playhouse. We just closed a show in here. There will be another show in here written by this young lady here, so you're going to have to come see that in a little while. There's a new Christmas show opening up on our main stage. It's called The Gayest Christmas Pageant Ever, and it's hilarious. And it's directed by our very own Brie Pavey, and we love her, and she's working very hard right now, so we can be up here fucking about and having a great time. So that's awesome. I'm going to play a couple tunes for you guys, probably one that you recognize, and probably not this one because I wrote it, and you know. Someday you might hear this here at Loft Ensemble. We'll find out. Doesn't sound like that, I promise. What is going on? This is where we tune. So how's everybody's Tuesday so far? It's a good Tuesday? Great. It's a good Tuesday. That's what it is. I figured it out. I'm a smart human. I do this every month after month after month. I swear to God. We know what we're doing. Great. Awesome. Glistening lights stolen from the night. Oh, now each one alive, just trying to live it right. Tell me how. Now, tell me now. Will we make it to the stars? Will we conquer all this fear? Will we fly with who we are? Or are we just grounded? Dreams live inside, they burn wild and bright, stoking it dry to give up your life to something a little bigger than yourself. You can do bigger than yourself, enlist a little bigger than yourself. You can do more. We will make it to the stars. We will conquer all these fears. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Look at these guys over here. Everybody give it up for Paul and Mike.
And roll, ladies and gentlemen.
So now that we've established that I'm going to be shouting at you, we're going to do one that you guys probably know. And much to Adam's dismay, it's not a country song. But we have another show coming up on December 12th, which is called Cabaret. Mike's been out. Mike loves it. Everybody loves it. We all love Cabaret. It's basically where all our new artists come out and sing and hang out and just play their new songs and sing with the track if they want to. And, you know, Adam started this place so people can come and try new things that scare them. So that's how I started, and that's how we got to here, and that's how we are all in this lovely place right now. So I always make the same joke. If your guitarist doesn't tune for you, he hates you. I love you guys and I care about your ear holes, so.
I didn't tune anything.
I don't give a shit about any of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Case and Alright. Yeah, you guys know the song. You guys know the song. Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight I throw myself into and out of her head she sang do 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 come down and waste away with me, down with me, slow how you wanted it to be, over her head, out of her head she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever be this good forever. If anything could ever feel this real again. Only thing I'll ever ask of you, God promise not to stop when I say when. Breathe out so I can breathe you in, hold you in, and now I know you've always been out of your head, out of her head she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever be this good forever. If anything could ever be this good again. Only thing I'd ever ask of you, I gotta promise not to stop when I say
when. Everything it ever been is real forever. Everything it ever been is good again. Only thing I'd ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when. She sang.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Rawls! What do you think? You want to talk to Ben for a little bit, huh? Let's talk to Ben for a little bit, huh? So listen, Ben, I have 2 tickets to Hong Kong. And I have $500. We're gonna get married, okay? Because that was amazing, dude.
Do I get a Big Mac?
You get a Big Mac, fries. You can get some chicken nuggets if you want.
Hey,
Right?
baby.
You can get some nuggets. That's incredible, dude. You're incredible. I only see like one song when you're doing cabaret, and you're like, that's it. I'm like, I want more Ben. I want more Ben.
I have to host the damn thing, so like if I play too many songs that are just me, I go, yeah, people are done with me. Yeah,
No, I want more.
They're done, and because they have to hear from me throughout the whole show, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm always bouncing up in between acts and artists and making dumb jokes, and I'm just like, people have enough of the Ben show. So plus, the point of the night is to really give people who don't get a place to play all that often a place to play, and they can't do that if I keep yakking.
Yeah. Well, we need to talk to somebody because we need to make it the Ben show. But that's one thing I love about you too is you're very selfless, and like you just love kind of pumping up other people too. Which like to do that, you're incredible. And for you to just do one song at the top of cabaret and then just kind of just bump people up and collaborate that way is just. Have you always been that type of person? Like.
Have I fallen on a lot of hot coals? I'd like to think so. Not by choice, because of, self-preservation and whatnot. But mostly you play the song at the top of the show so people can get in. And I guess, I have always been that way, just because that's how my brain works. I'm like, God, these kids are here trying to play a show, and they should have a good crowd, because it sucks when there's not a good crowd. Give it up for you guys, by the way.
Let's go. Right here, baby.
Gotta have a good crowd.
So what was the, so you grew up in Tulare, California. It's like 3 hours north, right?
Yeah, right by Fresno.
Now, is it like a very small town? Like, what was the dream as a kid, is what I ask everybody.
Oh God, did not smell like cow shit for the rest of my life.
Is that what it is? You're just...
So, where I'm from is like produces the most food for the world than like anybody. 90% of the world's agriculture comes from the Central Valley of California.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever watch like a documentary like Rotten or What the Health or whatever, like any of these like food documentaries, like they're going to be in the Central Valley at some point, because that's just where we're from. There's more cows than people, so this is a little teeny tiny town. And if you've been watching the impeachment hearings, Devin Nunes is our congressman, so
he's the congressman.
Sports and a half,
Wait, he's the congressman of your town?
He's
just the town?
He's the congressman of our district.
No way.
And he's been the congressman for like 16 years straight. Don't get me wrong, I know him, I know his family. I think they're wonderful people. But the anarchist in me thinks he should lose his job.
So with
get political.
So being that small of a town and knowing like the congressman and all that stuff, like when did music come along? Did you all just kind of get together and have like a music?
I started in a church.
No way.
Much like we're sitting in right now.
Yeah.
I started in church playing worship music as like a 10 to 13-year-old kid. Went to camp, and like there was this rock band there that like rocked the place, and it's just music has always connected me to something that makes me feel like being here is worth it and being here is important, and we all need to find connections to things like that. So music came to me pretty darn early. I started picking up a guitar when I was like maybe 10 or 12 or something like that. School of Rock. It was School of Rock.
School of Rock. It was all.
I think
it's Jack Black.
I can sit here and be as philosophical and like poetic as you want. It's like
it was the sounds of Zeppelin back in the 70s.
Yeah. I am really ticked off here. That's how I write songs.
So is Tenacious D one of your idols? Like Jack Black's one of your, because they're amazing. I mean, they are like a jokey, like they do make.
I don't know. I'm really kind of tired of the
music.
whole comedy duo music.
Not tonight, baby, and every month.
It is pretty trite.
You don't need to tune a guitar to be awesome.
You can tune a piano. You can tune a fish.
Tune a fish. Well, I feel like I just get like, I don't know if you guys felt that, Victoria. I don't know if you feel the same. Don't single me out. I was in the moment, but like you just feel. Get up on stage, please. But you just seem so connected to it, man. You're so in the zone and so focused, and it just does that like. And you're also an actor too. People don't know that he's an actor. And
a good one too. He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
Good actor, man.
Now, with that, do you bring that kind of focus and connection to? I mean, everything you do, like it just like comes out like you're so, we're drawn to you. Is what I'm trying to say.
So, I'm mostly just trying to remember words. Words is important. My dad to this day is a very conservative, like this like real nice guy, just kind of salt of the earth kind of guy. And to this day, like even though like they teach us in acting school, like where I met Mr. Chambers back there, they teach us
American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Represent. They teach us it's your first job. It's job number 1. Learn the words, learn the lines. And my dad to this day is like, oh shit, I don't know how you keep all them damn words in your brain. And I'm like, Dad, that's the point. So when I'm, especially on a night like tonight where, I love Dave Grohl and he wrote words that mean something.
That was such a good cover too, dude.
No, well, thank you.
Yeah.
But if we're being honest, 90% of the time I forget the words to that song, or put them in out of order or something.
But if you're so in the moment with it, you just feel it out. It just comes natural to you.
Yeah, and when it comes to like the acting thing, if you learn some words and you figure out what they meant to the writer and what they mean to you, then you're not going to forget them because that's where the song is meant to take you. So
yeah, well, you're unforgettable, sir.
You're unforgettable.
Give it up for Ben Rawls. So what's next for Ben Rawls? You're doing cabaret.
So we got cabaret every month. We got cabaret coming up. December 12th is our next one. We're going to have a lot of great artist acts. I think we're going to do a big New Year's show that hopefully I won't have to talk to you a little bit about later.
Come to it. Host it, baby.
He's the guy. And we're going to try to write some cool things that you're going to probably see on these stages very, very soon in 2020.
I love it. You have I've seen too. I've seen like you have like different things in your acting profile and stuff. Thanksgiving's coming up. You're also a cook, right? Do you cook good?
Victoria?
Yes, he does.
Do you have a good Thanksgiving tip for all of us before you get out of here?
Don't be afraid of butter. My dad actually to this day works at Land O'Lakes Butter Factory in Tulare, California.
No way.
And I'm aware that the whole meatless and the plant-based craze is wonderful. It's good for you. Eat more plants than you do animal product. It's just that simple. It's science. But there's a whole part of the world that's like trying to make a living and like food for you to eat. So know where it all comes from. And butter is
on it, baby.
Better for you than you think.
Butter on it, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Rawls. Ben, thank you so much for coming, dude. For the rest of the day. I love you, brother. Ben Rawls. Benjamin Rawls. He's also doing the booth for us, guys. He's a very talented guy. He does it all.
We're back to the tape.
He put all this audio together. One more time for Ben. I love that. So don't know what I was gonna say. You tune a lot though too, right?
I mean, I
You
tune
tune
it.
You tune a lot here.
That,
You tune here often.
You
tune here often.
I tune it enough.
Tune
It gets the job done.
Job done. Ben, we ready for the next one? Hell yeah, guys! We have another sponsor.
We do.
We do. We have a whole ton of sponsors. And we got another one that's about to happen for you right now. You ready for this next sponsor?
Yes.
And ladies, there's an app for us too. It is called Hello Hangry. Don't you hate when your husband, boyfriend, side piece, whatever he is really angry when he doesn't eat? Well, there's a fix for that. Hello Hangry is just an easy app you get wherever you get your apps. It's on all platforms. And all you do is enter his age, his weight, his height, his relationship with his mother, how many times he's missed at the gym, and his penis size. And it tells you and alerts you when to feed him and what to feed him. It has changed my life. Make sure to download it today for only $1.99, worth every penny. Trust me. Hello, Angry.
Come on, man! Look at Are you kidding me? Babe, where's the pizza?
Shut up, bitch! Boys. Feed the Beast. Hello, Hangry. Available on all platforms. Please, ladies, it really helps.
Hello, Henry. I always get hangry, dude. I get super hangry all the time. I always apologize to people. You get hangry, Paul?
Not really.
No, you don't get hangry?
I guess sometimes.
I feel like me and Paul have been friends. We haven't talked about that. We've been friends for maybe 15, 20 years, I think. I don't know. It's been a long time. Since high school. I've never seen you angry as much.
No, I'm really just kind of, people yell and I'm like, we're all gonna die one day, okay?
It's also because he was doing a lot of drugs backstage.
I got time.
What did she put in those mashed potatoes? We all ate it! Wow, tripping balls, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for your next special guest of the night? Are you ready for your next special guest of the night? I said, are you ready for your next special guest of the night?
I said I am.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this guy. He performs all over the place. He has an amazing podcast called Disorganized Religion. Guys, get the round of applause going. Get it going for my man, Seth
This has been fun. This is cool. I have 3 kids, so this is already a victory for me. Just getting out. I did it. Oh boy, I have 3 kids because I don't care about the future at all. People are talking to me about climate change and global warming, and I say, bring it on. You know what I mean? Let's use up these resources. I want Jesus back now, right? I want to get out of here. I don't know. I want to be not in this life anymore. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it. I don't know what we have left to do as a human race, right? We've conquered all the animals. We've procreated, Some of us still believe in him. Now we're screwing up the earth. Let's just send Jesus in. Wrap this up, right? Let's get out of here. I'm ready to go. Oh, man. 3 kids. Yeah. I'm trying to be a good dad. I'm not hitting them, not spanking them. Because 2 of them have a bleeding disorder, so it hurt them way more than it would hurt me. You know what I mean? This guy's like, yeah, sure. No, what do I do to get them to obey my commands? Eat their broccoli? Waterboard them. Yeah. It's allowed. I don't know. If you don't like it, write your senator. I'm just dealing with the tools I've been given. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. Yeah. Jesus, man. I want him back. I do. I don't know. Anybody else here believe in God, heaven? No? Is he dead in this room? All right. Some very politely raised hands. Good. Yes. Those are my religious people. I love that. Amen. No, that's fine. Just politely raise your hand. No, that's good. That's good. I don't know. Some people here in LA make fun of, those of us who are religious, and I think that's fine, but you got to recognize that some of you also believe in crystals. Right? Yeah, that's real, right? You read the horoscopes. I mean, come on. Let's, Are there any atheists who are also good people in the crowd? There are lots of these people that I meet. Yeah, and you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? wasting your time. I need God. I need religion to be a good person. And I think you should just be taking Snickers at the checkout line. Right? I mean, what's waiting for you after this life? Nothing. You know? Just live it up. I do. I need religion to be a good person because when my wife leaves 3 seconds on the microwave, want to strangle her. You know? Just slowly watch the life deplete from her face. I want the number buttons to work when I hit the microwave. You know what I don't want to hit clear before. What's going on in her life that she cannot wait 3 seconds? Anybody else living with someone that has to beat the beep? Get out of here, you know? Let it cook, right? Gosh, what happens to your food? Does it disappear? No, you gotta blow on it. Oh, wait a second, right? I mean, jeez. Oh boy, I don't know. Thanksgiving's coming up. We excited for holidays? Yeah. I am kind of excited. I don't know. Family's fun, but you learn things about your family as you get older. You know, my sister got married, and she married this guy. I was talking to her about him. He took her out shooting, and I am not from a family that, you know, hunts or does anything with guns. My dad went out hunting with his dad, with my grandpa, and wept instead of shooting a bunny. So that's my genetics, you know what I mean? That's where I come from. So my sister went out shooting, and I was a little bit shocked, and I asked her if her new husband was a gun guy. She was like, well, I don't know. So what do you mean? How many, does he have guns? Yeah, he owns some guns. How many does he have? Oh, 50. 50, that's a gun guy, you know? And I wasn't expecting to have to do a pat down at Thanksgiving. I'm a little nervous about it being in my house, if I'm quite honest. I don't know, maybe the time is now for me. I don't know if he's going to lose his temper and just shoot me at Thanksgiving, right? I mean, I have no idea. It could be very exciting family reunion. I have 2 adopted brothers, and I'm jealous of them because they never had to sit at family dinner and look at my dad's prominent forehead and know that was their future, you know? And now that's my present, and it hurts a lot that that's where we are. That's where we are. I'm surprised in woke culture we're still celebrating Thanksgiving, right? It's sort of the mark of what we did to an entire people, and not a good mark. Right? I mean, a very bad blemish on our history that we're still celebrating because we can't upset the diabetics. You know? Don't take away Americans' food. That's where we draw the line. Columbus? Fine. Get rid of him. Turkey? No. That we need to keep. And I find that very heartening. Good for our health. I don't know. I believe in the resurrection, so I'm not sure fat people will be in heaven. Hear me out. Hold on. I felt everyone pull away just a second. Okay? Because we're only fat for 2 reasons, right? One is gluttony. That's going to be cured, clearly, right? That's a sin, so that'll be taken care of. The other is a physical impairment. You know, biologically, we hold on to the fat cells or however it works. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. My point is that when we're resurrected, we get our perfect bodies. Right? Which have got to be thin, I hope, right? So heaven's going to be full of hot people with great personalities. That's going to be fun. No? Okay, fine. You're not with me. That's okay. It'll be my great heaven. I am not really afraid of dying because I do believe in heaven. And I'm conflicted as a religious person because I was taught that the world's going to get worse and worse until Jesus comes. So every natural disaster, every tsunami, earthquake, fire, school shooting, I'm like, yes, this is all terrible. And you're kind of pessimistic for just looking at the dark side, right? Because really, Jesus is closer. You know, that's the happy thing. We're one step closer to him coming back. Isn't that great? No, you're just sad? Okay. I mean, I tried. Yeah, I am to the point now, though, that if Kim Jong-un launches a nuke, I'm like, hey, a light's a light, right? I'm walking toward it, you know? No, that burning, that is not radiation, that is the Spirit. That is the Holy Spirit purifying your body. So I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that moment. I want to meet my Lord and Savior and get away from this life. I love my kids. I do. And they taught me a lot about myself. And one thing they taught me is I could never be a pedophile. Never. You know what I mean? You don't wonder about that? Okay. No, that's fine.
I love my kids barely, is what I'm saying. You know, I don't need your kids to follow me around, right? I'm not going to be touching them. So, all right. That's enough for me. Thanks, guys. Thank you. This has been a great show. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Lawrence. What do you think? You want to talk to him for a little bit?
Burn our bodies. Have an interview. Interview time.
Is this going to make me sound sexy like Ben? 'Cause,
Damn.
Man, he sounded good.
He is super dreamy, isn't he?
Yeah, jeez.
He's like so dreamy.
So glad my wife isn't here.
I feel like he would be the star of the sitcom My Great Heaven, you know, if you had one. Because you should write that, yeah. Well, I mean, like, we should write a script and, like, send it in and have Ben be, like, you know, the Jesus figure of it.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He'd be like, ever long.
Right. We get all the converts for the wrong reasons. So, like,
Yeah.
Just shallow people coming to church. We don't need that. Right?
Well, I guess. I don't know. It'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, the more the merrier, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
So, you grew up in Utah.
I did.
What was, I asked this question to everybody. What was
Utah like?
What was Utah like? You grew up in Utah. What's up with that, baby?
Yeah, I did.
No, what were you like as a kid, and what was the dream of it all, man?
Boy, I mean, I think I was a pretty, you can tell, cool, right? So cool. I was very nerdy. Desperately wanted to be one of the cool kids.
Uh-huh.
And my friends in junior high school compared me to Screech, so that...
No way.
Yeah. So that tells you something.
Yeah.
That I didn't see. It was like, oh yeah, I'm one of the gang. That's great. Yeah, the dream, I wanted to be a lawyer. I did that for a little while, and then my wife decided to earn more money than I could. So now I'm a stay-at-home dad. And
that's the dream right there.
That's the real
baby.
dream.
Come
yeah,
on. That is the
true.
dream.
Yeah.
Dude, that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were a lawyer. So when did comedy come into the picture of it? Now because you grew up in Utah, but then you moved to North Carolina, correct?
Right.
Is that where you went to law school, or did you go to law school in Utah?
Yeah, in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, we both did our graduate school at the same time. We had 2 kids out there.
Okay.
And comedy came. I was always interested in doing stand-up, but my parents were very practical, so they were like, you can't support a family on that.
Yeah.
And that's when law came into the picture. And then when my wife proved my parents wrong, I now can freely pursue this. So we'll see how this goes.
So your wife is also a lawyer too?
No, thank goodness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she teaches at USC at the business school there.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah.
So she's the business side, you're the law side of it.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sweet deal. So in North Carolina, you said you started doing stand-up. Because I also seen, too, you did this, you did improv at Comedy Sports.
Yeah.
Now, was that before law school, or was it?
That was before law school.
That was before law school.
That was like the last year and a bit of undergrad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that like kind of like getting a taste of comedy in it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Comedy Sports, for those who don't know, is an improv troupe, and that was in Provo where I was. So yeah. So I did that there for about a year.
I love that you came from like an improv background too, because it shows in your writing and stuff too.
Oh, sure.
Because you can tell like you're able to just kind of like just be in the moment with it and get like, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're such a good writer.
Oh, thank you.
It just everything is just punching, and just like I feel like that. Do you take improv, like? Do you take the improv route in your writing too?
Yeah, I try to. There are some things I can write, but a lot I have to work out on stage and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, but that's the improv coming at you.
Right.
Coming at you, yeah, just to kind of be in the moment with it.
Yeah.
So did you always want to do? Did you want to do improv in North Carolina, or did you just straight up this? I gotta stick this.
Yeah, law school was pretty time intensive.
Okay.
So that's what I did there.
Yeah. But you did. I seen this thing too. It was really funny. You did this thing called Between Two Stacks.
I did that.
Where you were roasting. Pretty much like roasting your teachers.
Yeah, there was one dean of the students who agreed to be. I did a spoof of Zach Galifianakis's Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
So the law school library at North Carolina, they have this like basement floor called the Stacks, and so that's where we went and filmed a couple of episodes. So I interviewed one of the students
and a faculty member, and it was the dean of students, right?
Yeah.
He was the faculty member, a Jamaican guy, very fun.
Were you nervous interviewing him like that way?
A little bit.
Because he's like,
we did 2
you're gonna
takes.
fail this whole semester. You know, like-
Yeah, what I remember from that, I was a little bit nervous. I was not in his class at the time that we did the filming, so it was good. But we did 2 takes. I did one where I was much more reserved, and after it, he was like, dude, you gotta let go. It's gonna be fine. Like, I'm not gonna be offended. And so that's when he'd been out the last semester, and that's when I came up with this like thing that he was in prison and had shanked somebody.
Yeah.
And he's Jamaican, you know, so I was like, oh, you're a minority hire. So we hit on a lot of the darker subjects.
I love it.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
Yeah. Do you ever want to bring that back between 2 stacks? Because it was funny.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to go back to
Just
North
roasting.
Carolina. I feel like
you can only do it in North Carolina. You can only do this.
Well, that's where the law library was.
They need the
that I did.
location.
I don't know. I don't know if I could lure people down to a basement to
Yeah.
interview. No, I swear it's legitimate. We're just spoofing Zach Galifianakis. He will never know.
Yeah. Now, did that lead into is that where like kind of the idea came from, like your podcast? Like you're a great host.
Oh, thank you.
So kind of like hosting Disorganized. He does a podcast called Disorganized Religion.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Right. So I interview comedians about their history and stand-up, and then their thoughts on spirituality and religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because religion's always been a big part of your life.
Yeah,
pretty much your
I
whole
was
life.
raised as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, Mormon, whatever you want to pick. Yeah, that's
like a
what I
multiple
was.
choice. You get to pick one.
Yeah, I mean, whatever slur you want to go with, go for that.
Love it.
Polygamous cracker.
Yeah.
We don't do polygamy anymore.
Polygamous cracker. Oh my god.
Thank goodness. But,
Yeah. Whatever wiped out the blemish of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I've always been interested in talking to people about religion, and comedians don't really have a filter, which makes it perfect to talk to them.
Which is great, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also do a show called Clean Up Comedy.
Yeah.
Because you're always very clean when you're on stage.
Sure, dark.
It's dark.
Yeah.
You've gotten darker.
Very troubled.
Since we've met, you've gotten a lot darker.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about your kids and stuff, but then you're like,
Right.
I'm going to beat the shit out of this kid. You know? But now do you...
That's hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Funny? Okay.
Beating kids, it's always fun.
I mean, it's a good time.
So now you are a dad. Adam's a brand new dad, guys. Give it up for that.
Your girl.
A girl, actually, yeah.
For now.
Yes, for now. This just happened. I took her to the mall the other day, and I was walking her around, and I swear to God, every single person said something. It was like, oh, look at the baby. Look at you and the baby. What's the dude? And I realized, like, I realized I don't look like everybody that's a dad. And this woman I finally realized what I think was. This woman finally said that. She goes, that's yours? And I went, yeah. And she goes, okay.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, fuck. People are like, look at that homeless guy and his stolen babies. We should do something.
Ask a question.
Because I was like, I'm just kicking ass with the baby. Everybody loves it.
Did you get your change too? You're like, what the fuck? I don't need this.
Very worried.
Yeah. Were you there with your wife?
I was like, I'm gonna take it. I didn't want to sit in the store that she was in because I didn't care anymore.
fair
So I
enough.
was gonna do something else. And so
Right.
Yeah.
So you stole
the baby. And I was like, let's go do something else.
I love it.
I love how apathetic everybody was. It was like, oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby.
That sweet
Everywhere.
baby. It's
It's
just
true.
going to go away forever. We're never going to see that baby.
What happened to that baby?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
That's the show that's after My Great Heaven, is what happened to that baby?
Right. You might be shocked I've never been approached like that.
No. Well, you have 3
I feel
kids.
like
That's
I fit the dad mold too well. Yeah.
It's definitely a dad.
No, my experience is people coming up to me at the grocery store and being like, oh, you're giving mom a break. You know, just like me and my kids. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now, do you have any advice as a father, tips for the holidays to handle all of that?
Yeah.
Like, what's it like being a dad during the
Did you not
holidays?
listen to my set? Waterboarder.
Just waterboard your kids.
So simple.
Every holiday, just waterboard your kids. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, any advice as a new dad? Is that what
Well,
you mean?
like as a dad during the holidays, you know?
During the holidays?
Yeah, I guess holidays are tough for kids because, like,
Are they?
I guess you
I was
got like
thinking
family
they're
around.
easy time. Because that's your kids like trying to score gifts, being nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
Was
think.
that your I don't know. That was my experience. I tried that.
I'd always think like I don't know. I remember being at like family parties and like my mom just being like, "Don't fucking say anything. Okay? Just don't. Just stop. Just don't be yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't, Michael, and I would run around and stuff. You know what I mean? Because it would be like you're at a family party. You got to be like really like be strict with your kids.
I think the best advice I could give is to be clear with consequences, boundaries, choices, however you want to phrase that, and then whatever you said, you got to do. Right? So if, you know.
So if you said we're gonna waterboard them, you got to waterboard them.
That's right. Yeah.
Better waterboard them.
Very simple.
You're the man, the myth, the legend, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Lawrence. Thank you so much for that. You're the best. Seth Lawrence, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to give it up for Loft Ensemble for letting us be here, guys. This is our new home every single month that we are here. And as Ben plugged a lot of the stuff we have going on. Right now, the main stage, this is Sawyer's Playhouse, and there's two stages here. We have Sawyer's Playhouse and the main stage downstairs, and we got the gayest Christmas pageant ever happening.
Very funny show.
Downstairs. Paul, tell us a little bit about it.
It's about a theater in West Hollywood, I believe, and they put on the gayest Christmas pageant ever.
Yeah.
To really go too much into it would spoil it. So it's a funny show.
Wildly offensive in all of the ways. It's just right up there. It's
Wildly
really
offensive. I love it. And it opens up November 29th on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m., Sundays at 7 p.m., and tickets are $20. And you can come here to Loft Ensemble and get them also. So give it up for Loft Ensemble, guys. That's what it is. Now, if there's one thing that is iconic at Loft Ensemble, it is our amazing house band, and they're about to play for us right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, get the round of applause going. Get it going for the show with Adam and Sean! Yeah.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you so much. We're going to crank up the dirty meter here. It's pretty filthy right now. This is a new song. Very excited about this song. And it's a love song.
And it's about how, like, when you start out in life, you think you have one direction and you follow that path, but then life happens to you and the road splits and you have to go a new direction.
Yeah, this is, it's great.
I was never good at nothing, shit. Don't even get me started with calculus. I promise I'll never be a scientist. But I could write a song and I could do a dance, have the crowd eating out the palm of my hand. All I had to be was the funny man. When I grow up, I know what I want, to be the singer of your favorite song. But now I see what I really am. I'm the singer of your mom's favorite band. We are the show. Listen close, from coast to coast. We're telling jokes with our songs. They're the bomb, so sing along. They're for your mom. 'Cause she's a lady, sexy lady, and that's not a maybe. She's 65, and like a Dre's lip, her beauty dazed me. Yeah, she's amazing between her thighs. I took your mom on a skiing trip, a gondola to the mountain tip, held each other while the sun set in her eyes. I met the sun had really set, not that she had died just yet. After all, your mama is 65. Your mom grew up a Tom Jones fan. She only dreamt about goes out the door with your mom and our songs in a row. But she won't live long, 'cause we're doing cocaine, 'cause we're insane. Your mom does cocaine, and it rots her brain. We're having fun with her numb gums. Then we come on her tum-tum. Then your mom, she ate my jizz, licked that shit right off her tits. Then we took some photos in a van, posted it on Instagram, a picture for our adoring fans. It was your mom gangbang in a van. Your mom does coke in a van with two guys from her favorite band. She took too much and then she died. We left her by the riverside, in the mud with a thud, hope for a flood to wash away your mom's body. She was a hottie, we had to go, 'cause we had a show.
Seth, our special guest comedian. The show is Adam and John. My man, partner in crime, Mr. Paul Brodo. My name is Mike Perkins. I hope to see you guys next month. December 19th, we're here, baby. Thank you so much. We're going to take some pictures with us. We love you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the memory of how we used to jog, even in a fog. That barbecue at Malibu, away from all the smog. How rainy it was. And thanks for the memory of letters I destroyed, books that we enjoyed. Tonight, the way things look, I need a book by Sigmund Freud. How brainy he was. Gone are those evenings on Broadway. Together we'd go to a great show. But now I begin with a late show and wish that you were watching